Good morning, this is TDGB 85, Sumerian Beatbox tunes, for those who are without sin. As I have said several times before, I went to Hanoi on a quick vacation, and on the way back I liberated 3 waterproof disposable bags, which are also called barf bags. If you get sick on the airplane, you use this. I'm using it to make a book. With one of the barf bags, I made an A6 100-page blank notebook that you can see over on TDGB 84 called Scavenge and Morphed. This notebook is going to be lined on the right side, blank on the left side, and B6 in size. The other book I made with barf bag from the airplane from Hanoi to Tokyo was a Coptic bound. I was going to do that with this book, but I decided to do link stitch instead. Plus I was going to do one other thing with it that I'll explain later. But first I was going to show you how I do a link stitch, and perhaps it'd be useful for you, or you can tell me how I'm doing it wrong. So we both learn, or at least I learn. After observing this bag for a while, I realized that there is an international side and a domestic side. Now, if you have air sickness, it doesn't really matter. And if you don't have air sickness, why would there be a domestic and international side? Well, among other things, it tells you how to connect to internet when you're on the airplane. And the connection is different from domestic, I'm assuming Japan, or international. I'm assuming Japan because it was an ANA flight, All Nippon Airlines. Earlier in the week I cut out files that I was going to use as book boards, and I cut them the same size as the text block, knowing that I was going to cut it back because the spine needs a little space for the book cover to attach to the spine. I knew I was going to do that. So now I'm cutting the book boards to size. After I cut the book boards to size, I put it on the opposite side of the bag so that I can adjust it so I can cut the bag to fit the book boards. While I do that, I have spacers for the space between the spine and the book board. I have 2, they're 8 millimeters wide. Then I draw lines around the book board and space between the book board and the paper. I think it's a 5 millimeter overlap. So when I glue it all together, I can judge where to put the book board based on the lines and use the spacer to make sure they're even. These waterproof disposable bags are, in the interior, waterproof, which means it's very difficult to get the glue to attach to it. I glue both the bookboard and the paper, and I press down very hard, and eventually I can manage to get the bag attached to the bookboards. Earlier I said I was going to do a little experiment with this book, and the experiment is I am not putting on the maul or the paper spine piece that usually accompanies a cased-in book like this. I just wanted to see what would happen. The book is attached to the bookboards by just the end paper. And speaking of the end paper, the pattern for the end paper and the pattern for the bag match in some degree. One's black and one's blue, but I did not know that when I bought the end papers. I always like to put on something on the front cover so that the people who buy or use my books will know which one is the front. In this case, I am using cutouts of a business card, which is a picture of the hotel I stayed at in Hanoi, and my boarding pass. Please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon.